The Canadian Investment Regulatory Organization, or CIRO, is the pan-Canadian self-regulatory body that oversees all investment dealers, mutual fund dealers, and trading activities on Canada's debt and equity marketplaces. Our mission is to promote healthy capital markets by regulating fairly and effectively so investors feel protected and confident investing for their future. The regulation of securities in Canada is managed by each province and territory through its own Securities Commission, collectively known as the Canadian Securities Administrators, or CSA. It is the CSA who gives CIRO its mandate. In this video, you'll hear from the team about how we safeguard the integrity of Canada's capital markets. Let's start with how we protect investors in Canada.
Investor protection is at the core of everything we do at CIRO, and the Office of the Investor plays a very important role in that. Our mission in the Office of the Investor is to understand, inform, and protect investors and to elevate their voice at CIRO.
Our market regulation policy team helps maintain the integrity of our financial markets. Developing and maintaining rules is crucial to protecting investors and ensuring fair trading practices.
I think that trading rules are very important because many Canadians have a connection to the markets, whether it be through a pension plan or whether they are directly investing themselves. And it's really important that investors feel confident when they are trading that the rules are fair for everyone.
Surveillance teams in Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver use advanced technology to monitor Canada's stock exchanges and markets. We monitor equity trading in real time. We also review cross-asset trading, dealer debt trading, and crypto asset trading activity.
CIRO surveillance is there to make sure that trading is fair, that when you see a ticker tape, the bid, ask, and last sale price, you can trust that has not been distorted or manipulated. We want investors to have confidence that when you're contemplating investing in a Canadian company, that you can do that knowing that it's trading fairly, that there's professionals monitoring it, and that the dealer community is upheld to a professional standard.
CIRO can halt trading and adjust trades to maintain market integrity. We also set and enforce rules for the organization and financial conduct of Canadian investment and mutual fund firms and their employees across the country.
When I think about what enforcement does and what our primary aims are, it is to protect investors from unfair, improper, and fraudulent practices. And the way that we do that is by bringing the most serious cases we can involving very serious misconduct in order to ensure that wrongdoers do not remain in the industry and that firms are held to the highest standards possible. Our goals are to be fair, effective, and timely. By fair, we conduct thorough evaluations of all our cases, and we view effectiveness as involving the most serious misconduct. And we also try to be timely, believing that the strongest deterrent messages come when the cases are brought close in time to the misconduct.
If enforcement decides that a proceeding is warranted, we have a robust process in place to ensure that hearings are conducted fairly. We conduct our hearings before an independent tribunal consisting of a 3-person hearing panel chaired by either a former judge or a senior member of the legal profession and 2 industry members. This is another way that we are self-regulating.
It is very important to maintain independence of that process. It is an administrative tribunal where decision makers should remain neutral, impartial, and independent. So we are making sure that both parties have equal opportunities to present their case, and the decision makers remain impartial and independent through that process.
Our compliance and member services teams ensure that members across Canada understand the requirements of CIRO rules and implement policies and procedures.
À l'appui de notre mandat de protection des investisseurs, les équipes de conformité sont chargées d'administrer de solides processus de conformité et d'application. Par exemple, dans la conformité de la conduite professionnelle, on s'assure que nos membres rencontrent les règlements au niveau de la conduite des affaires. Alors, on regarde à la structure, la gouvernance en place, les politiques et les procédures, et s'ils ont bien des contrôles en place pour rencontrer les demandes réglementaires.
CIRO's vision is to be an agile and trusted regulator, ensuring that the investment industry delivers the right financial outcomes for investors. Another way we are working to be responsive to the industry is through our innovation team.
What we want to do is get ahead of the stuff that could have adverse implications for investors and markets, and make sure that we understand it, we know what the implications are, and that we are trying to minimize the risk of harm.
Engaging with our member firms helps us become more effective regulators. We have many working groups, committees, and advisory panels in place to obtain feedback from our members on the practical implications of the proposals that we're developing. Members alert us to trends and risks that are impacting their firms, their clients, and the industry in general.
Être un organisme d'autoréglementation, ça veut dire d'être près de ses membres et la politique de réglementation des membres, comment nous on fait ça, c'est en consultant avec nos divers comités, dont les conseils régionaux et les autres comités consultatifs, afin d'avoir leur point de vue, leur perspective sur les politiques qu'on met de l'avant, afin de nous aider à livrer un meilleur résultat.
As a pan-Canadian organization, we consider regional differences and demonstrate the necessary flexibility to adapt to the diversity of our member firms across Canada. At CIRO, we are committed to creating a regulatory environment that protects all investors while promoting market integrity and growth. Together, we are building a brighter financial future for all Canadians.